Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. As you are aware from our prior reporting, the defense in Gonzalez et al. Versus Washington State University agreed to drop their motion to transfer venue, which the plaintiffs very strenuously objected to, from the Western District of Washington, where it has been proceeding, to the Eastern District of Washington. Because of this, there exists the potential, it's not a guarantee, but the potential that certain proceedings may be video recorded and available to the public, because the Western District of Washington is one of the few courts in the federal system that is participating in a pilot program called Cameras in the Courtroom. Typically, as we saw with the recent Idaho 4 defamation trial, Schofield versus Guillard, proceedings in federal court are typically not broadcast. Federal courts do not even typically allow for still photography, but this Cameras in the Courtroom pilot program allows a handful of courts, including the Western District of Washington, to potentially allow for video recordings of certain proceedings. And then those video recordings would be accessible to the public who are not able to travel, in this case to Seattle, to watch any proceedings live. There is an announcement on the Western District of Washington's website that I have attached a link to in the description to this podcast episode that will inform the public about this Cameras in the Courtroom procedures, what needs to be done for someone, including a member of the public, to request that a specific proceeding be video recorded. Included in these procedures is the statement at paragraph 1 that the clerk will only seek the consent of the parties to video record a scheduled proceeding upon receipt of a specific request for video recording from 1, the presiding judge, 2, a party to the case, 3, the media, or 4, a member of the general public. Those are the 4 categories of individuals who may complete the application form, to which there's a hot link on this website announcement, and send it to the specific person whose name and email address in the clerk's office is included in this announcement. The form that needs to be filled out is called Request for Video Recording Form, and there is a hot link for it in paragraph 2 of this announcement. Now, there are a couple of disclaimers here. One indicating this can't be a last-minute situation. In other words, it is inappropriate for someone to fill out a form on a Wednesday for a hearing on a Friday. There is a notification here that these requests must be submitted no later than 20 days prior to the proceeding at issue. So in other words, if a member of the public receives notification of a hearing that's going to take place the following month, it's important to ensure a timely submission of the request for video recording within no later than 20 days before that event. There's also a disclaimer here that this does not apply to any criminal proceedings, only civil proceedings like Gonzalez et al. Versus Washington State University. If you would like to learn more about these procedures and the Cameras in the Courtroom pilot program, please go to the link that I have provided in the description to this podcast episode. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.